The galaxy was a vast, interconnected web of different species, each with its own technological advancements and ways of life. The Intergalactic Academy, a prestigious institution of learning, had students from every corner of the universe. It was considered the ultimate educational experience, where the brightest minds of each species came to test their skills and knowledge against one another. Humanity, still a young species in the galactic community, had only recently gained access to the Academy. But even so, it had already become clear that Earth's inhabitants were not to be underestimated. Sergeant Ryan Holt, a decorated officer in the United Earth Forces, had been assigned to teach a special class about human military history and technology at the Academy. He had expected some skepticism from the alien students, many of whom came from species with millennia of warfare experience. After all, Earth had only been part of the galactic community for a few decades. The most advanced species in the galaxy had long ago mastered technology that was beyond anything humanity could even dream of. However, Ryan knew that the one thing no one understood about Earth was the unique, often underestimated, nature of its inhabitants and their weapons. The class was held in a vast, high-tech lecture hall, where alien species from all over the galaxy gathered. In one corner of the room, a Zorathian student with a translucent, crystalline body gazed skeptically at the holographic projections Ryan was preparing. A group of Vorians, beings who were pure energy and whose minds processed information at speeds beyond comprehension, hovered nearby, exchanging cautious glances. The Treshk, a warlike species with a hard exoskeleton, sat with their arms folded, clearly unimpressed by the human soldiers' presence. They were all veterans of countless campaigns across the galaxy, some having fought in wars that had lasted centuries. Yet, they were about to face a revelation that would shake their confidence to its core. Ryan started with a simple overview of humanity's military history, showing the students how Earth's weapons had evolved over time. The holograms displayed early human inventions, simple firearms, rifles, and explosives. He spoke of the brutal wars that had shaped humanity's rise from primitive tools to advanced technologies. But when he switched the holographic display to more modern weaponry, the room fell silent. "Now," Ryan said, his voice cutting through the tension in the room, "we get to the real power behind humanity's military strength." With a flick of his wrist, a sleek, futuristic firearm appeared in his hands, hovering in midair. The weapon had a matte black finish, with glowing energy conduits running along its barrel. To the alien students, it looked like just another piece of advanced technology. But Ryan's next words caught them off guard. "This is a standard-issue Deathworld weapon," he continued. "It was designed to be used on hostile planets, worlds like Earth, where the environment itself wants to kill you. It's more than just a gun. It's a tool of survival." Ryan paused, letting the weight of his words sink in. The alien students exchanged uneasy glances. For all their intelligence, none of them had ever encountered a species like humanity, one that had survived against the odds of nature's cruelty, constantly adapting and innovating. They had all assumed that Earth's weapons were simply like their own, powerful, yes, but no different from the weapons of other species. They were wrong. He demonstrated the weapon's capabilities, first activating its energy core. The room dimmed as the weapon's barrel hummed with a soft, low pulse of power. Ryan aimed at a holographic target and fired. The energy blast tore through the air, slicing through a series of virtual barriers and vaporizing the target with pinpoint accuracy. The hologram showed the weapon's power, but what really stunned the students was the weapon's functionality. It wasn't just a tool for killing. It was a tool for survival in the most hostile environments imaginable. The Vorians, who could perceive energy on a different wavelength, were the first to react. "It is not merely a weapon," one of them whispered. "It adapts to its environment. It is alive." Ryan nodded, a grim smile on his face. "That's right. The weapon learns from its user, from the conditions it's deployed in. It's constantly evolving." A murmur spread through the classroom as the alien students began to grasp the implications. The Zorathian, who had been skeptical of humanity's abilities, stood up from his desk, his crystalline form shifting uneasily. "But how? How can such a weapon be made by a species so young?" he asked, his voice trembling with disbelief. "Because," Ryan said, lowering the weapon and addressing the class directly, "we've had to survive the harshest conditions imaginable. Death worlds, planets where the life forms are actively trying to kill you, shaped us. Our weapons are born out of necessity. We didn't have the luxury of sitting back and perfecting our technology in safe environments. We had to make do or die trying." The alien students were quiet now, each of them processing the revelation in their own way. The Treshk, whose species had conquered countless worlds, were now looking at the human soldier with a new kind of respect. They had underestimated humanity, assuming that their technology was primitive compared to the ancient civilizations they had encountered. But Ryan had shown them something different. Earth's weapons, though seemingly simple, were designed with an ingenuity that no one had expected, a direct reflection of humanity's survival instinct. "We live in the harshest environments you can imagine," Ryan continued, his tone shifting to one of pride. "Our weapons are not just tools of war. They are our way of life. And that's why they work. When the galaxy looks down on us, thinking we are nothing more than primitive creatures, they forget that we have survived the impossible. We have faced extinction time and again. And we keep coming back." The room was still. The alien students, who had once viewed humanity as a relatively insignificant species, now saw them as something far more formidable. These creatures from Earth had not only survived on a hostile world, they had built weapons capable of thriving in the most extreme environments the galaxy had to offer. As the class came to an end, the students lingered deep in thought. They had come to learn about humanity's military history, but what they had discovered was much more profound. The Deathworlder weapons they had once dismissed were now seen in an entirely different light. The galaxy's most advanced species had never faced a challenge like humanity, and now they knew it.